When Maya Rudolph walked onto the Saturday Night Live stage in her sleek, blush-toned pantsuit back in 2020, she was doing what she does best, transforming into the unflappable, ever-grinning Kamala Harris. But nothing could have prepared her for the full-circle, surreal moment that would unfold years later when the real vice president herself made a surprise appearance on SNL. "I had actual chills," Rudolph admitted during a recent interview. "It was crazy. You dream about moments like that as a performer, when art and real life just completely blur." The moment was electric, a perfect collision of politics and pop culture, the kind SNL lives for. The crowd roared, the internet melted, and even the famously unflappable Rudolph, who has impersonated Harris with a blend of warmth, wit, and razor-sharp observation, was visibly emotional. A historic reunion on the Studio 8H stage. It happened during the cold open of a recent SNL episode themed around the 2025 election season. The sketch, a mock debate parody between fictional candidates, with Rudolph reprising her Emmy-winning turn as Harris, had just hit its comedic stride when the audience's laughter turned into gasps. Without warning, the real Kamala Harris strode onto the stage. Same pantsuit energy, same measured grin. For a moment, it was like a hall of mirrors, two Kamalas, side by side, each embodying a version of the other. "I was not prepared," Rudolph confessed. "I thought maybe it was a cutaway gag, maybe a hologram, maybe Kenan Thompson was about to come out dressed as her. But then she started speaking, and I realized, oh my god, it's actually her." The vice president's entrance, complete with the line, "I heard there was a debate about who the real Kamala is," sent the studio audience into hysterics. What followed was a minute-long exchange between the two women that was equal parts comedy and admiration. "Let's just say it was one of those rare times you can feel the floor vibrating," said an SNL crew member who was on set that night. Maya looked like she was levitating. From imitation to inspiration, Maya Rudolph's portrayal of Kamala Harris became iconic during the 2020 election season, when Harris first made history as the Democratic vice presidential nominee. Her version of Harris, part cool aunt, part stern school principal, and all charisma, became an instant fan favorite. "I remember the first time I put on the wig," Rudolph recalled. "I just felt her energy, that confidence, that calm authority. She's someone who smiles but can slice through you with a single look. That duality is what makes her so fascinating to play." Rudolph's Harris wasn't just an impression, it was a cultural mirror. Through her, audiences saw a political figure both celebrated and scrutinized, and they laughed not at Harris but with her. "I always tried to approach it with love," Rudolph said. "Even when you're parodying, there's a truth at the center of it. You want to honor that. That affection didn't go unnoticed." Harris herself once told the Washington Post that she found Rudolph's portrayal hilarious, spot on, and honestly kind of flattering. So when Harris decided to make an unannounced SNL cameo this fall, she reportedly made one request: only if Maya's there. The backstage moment that melted hearts. After the live sketch, cameras cut to commercial. Rudolph and Harris embraced backstage, a quiet moment that several crew members later described as pure joy. "She whispered something to me, and I'll never forget it," Rudolph revealed. She said, "You made people laugh with me when the world was watching me so seriously. You gave me permission to be human." Rudolph's eyes reportedly filled with tears. "It hit me right in the heart," she said. "You do this work because you love the craft, but when the person you're portraying tells you that you made a difference, that's beyond comedy." For the SNL alum, who's been with the show on and off for over 2 decades, the experience felt like coming home in more ways than one. "It reminded me of why SNL is so special," she said. "It's this living, breathing time capsule of America. Every sketch, every moment, it's like a snapshot of what we're all feeling at that exact time. And that night, we were all feeling history." Fans react. Two Kamalas, one stage, infinite power. Social media exploded within seconds of the broadcast. Two Kamalas, one stage, infinite power, one fan tweeted. "Maya Rudolph deserves another Emmy just for not fainting." Others praised the sketch for its balance of humor and respect. "It wasn't about mocking, it was about celebrating how far we've come," one post read. Even celebrities joined in the online frenzy. Mindy Kaling wrote, "I can't tell who's cooler, Kamala or Maya. Maybe both." Meanwhile, Kerry Washington posted a photo of her TV screen with the caption, "Iconic." That's it. That's the post. The moment trended for over 24 hours, racking up millions of views and sparking think pieces about comedy's role in politics. It was unity through laughter, said SNL producer Lorne Michaels in a rare statement. That's something we all needed right now. Maya reflects on her journey with SNL. Rudolph's connection to Saturday Night Live runs deep. Since joining the cast in 2000, she's transformed into everyone from Beyoncé to Donatella Versace to Oprah Winfrey, each performance a masterclass in comedic timing and character immersion. But her portrayal of Kamala Harris stands apart. It's not just a character, it's a cultural moment. I think it's one of those roles that found me, Rudolph mused. When Kamala became such a central figure in American politics, people started texting me like, "It's your time." I laughed, but they were right. It felt like destiny. Her Emmy win in 2021 for Outstanding Guest Actress in a Comedy Series was the cherry on top, though Rudolph says it's never been about the awards. "It's about connection," she said. "Comedy has this beautiful way of bringing people together, even when we disagree. I think Kamala understands that too, that laughter is a kind of bridge." The energy was electric. Behind the scenes, the atmosphere the night Harris appeared was unlike anything the SNL cast had ever experienced. "Everyone was buzzing," said cast member Bowen Yang. "You could feel this anticipation, like something huge was about to happen. Even the cue card guys were grinning." When Harris stepped onto the stage, Rudolph later said, "The room just shifted. She has that kind of energy where you feel safe, but you also straighten your posture a little bit." Rudolph laughed. "It's like, okay, mom's here. Don't mess this up." After the show wrapped, Harris stayed behind to thank the cast and crew. She reportedly joked, "You all do my job better than Congress." She was warm, funny, and totally game, Rudolph said. "That's what made it work. She wasn't afraid to play. And that's the secret to comedy, you can't fake joy." The legacy of the sketch. In the days following the episode, think pieces flooded the internet. Political commentators called it a rare moment of bipartisan levity, while entertainment journalists hailed it as one of SNL's most memorable cameos since Alec Baldwin's Trump and Tina Fey's Sarah Palin. But for Rudolph, the sketch's legacy goes beyond viral fame. "It was bigger than TV," she reflected. "It was two women of color on one of the biggest comedy stages in the world, sharing space, sharing laughter, showing strength in a way that wasn't about power, it was about presence." She paused, then added softly, "That's what gave me chills." A relationship built on respect. It's no secret that Harris and Rudolph have developed a genuine friendship over the years. They've texted after big political moments, shared laughs at award shows, and even joked publicly about trading wigs. When asked if she'd ever consider playing Harris again, Rudolph smiled. "Always. But now it's more like a duet than a solo performance. I'll follow her lead." For her part, Harris seems equally fond of her comedic counterpart. During a recent interview, she joked, "Maya makes me sound cooler than I actually am. I might need her to come to press briefings with me." It was crazy, in the best way. Looking back, Rudolph calls the experience one of those once-in-a-lifetime nights. "There's something magical about live television," she said. "You can't plan that kind of moment. You just have to breathe it in." When asked if she realized how significant the cameo would become, she laughed. "I didn't even have time to process it. 1 minute, I'm in character, the next, the actual vice president is standing next to me. It was crazy, in the best possible way." She paused, smiling, "But mostly, I was just proud. Proud of her, proud of the show, proud of what it represented. Two women, two Kamalas, one big laugh, that's something I'll never forget." The night that gave America goosebumps. As the closing credits rolled that evening, cameras caught a fleeting but unforgettable image. Maya Rudolph and Kamala Harris holding hands, laughing, and waving to the audience as confetti rained down. It was the kind of image that captures a cultural heartbeat, the blend of humor, history, and humanity that defines Saturday Night Live at its best. And for Maya Rudolph, it was more than just another sketch. "It reminded me why I started doing this in the first place," she said. "To make people feel something, joy, laughter, maybe even hope." That night, we all felt it together. She smiled, eyes glinting with that unmistakable mix of disbelief and gratitude. "It was crazy," she said again, almost whispering. "Crazy, beautiful, unforgettable."